the single biggest reason startups fail is because the founders get hooked onto some vision and invest a lot of time and money solving a problem that nobody actually has.
Yeah, and Mike, I think it's interesting. What's coming through loud and clear from you is that you're really dedicated to serving children, right? And the children are your core customer, so to speak, even if they're not the ones that are purchasing the book. But you really want to give each child the opportunity to be that champion. And I think you and the team seem to be taking a thoughtful approach. So maybe you could tell us a little bit more about how do you, I mean, you speak a lot about data, and just knowing you on the Teams & Co side of things, you're like our data guru. If for all of you who listened to the John Jones episode, I thought Mike and John could have talked about data for about 3 more hours if we let them. So Mike, I would love your kind of perception of, as an entrepreneur, how has like qualitative surveys, discussions, kind of, informal feedback, as well as quantitative data helped you and Aaron and the team kind of focus on how do we serve the most children that we can?
That is such a huge question. I'll start with when we first started, it shaped the problem that we were solving, which then led to our vision statement, which has informed every decision that we've made. When we first started, I thought we were solving a screen time problem. I've always loved books, and I, saw this thing where I was like, man, I feel like kids aren't really reading anymore because they're spending a lot of time on the phone or the iPad or whatever. And in doing that discovery, we actually started uncovering those learnings that we heard, where it's like, actually, screen time is not the core problem we're solving. The core problem we're solving is value and self-worth through underrepresentation in children's books. That's our problem. So on one hand, and that was qualitative and quantitative, we did a mix of in-depth interviews and surveys. And we, like I say, we have been fundamentally reliant on customer feedback from each of our previous 2 book sales, where we've taken we would not be here today if we hadn't gone through and learned from our customers in both of those circumstances. It's also informed our go-to-market and our distribution as we think about our business model, where we've traditionally thought of ourselves as direct-to-consumer e-com, and that will always be a critically important part of what we do. But it's also helped us to uncover some new market segments and some different and new customers. The single biggest reason startups fail is because the founders get hooked onto some vision and invest a lot of time and money solving a problem that nobody actually has. So while it's important to stay true to the vision of the organization, you got to make sure that the vision of the organization is something where there's an actual market need. And you can only do that by, quote unquote, getting out of the building and actually talking to people.